Hello students, as in this lecture we're gonna start with a new chapter from Max 1, that is chapter number 2, Trigo part 1. As there are two part, chapter number 2 it is the part 1 and chapter number 3 it is a part 2. Okay, so in the part 1 actually it is a basic of your ninth and 10th standard, and part 2 it is the advance of your 11th standard. Okay, so first we're gonna see the basic formulas, the basic concept of your ninth and 10th standard. Okay, and then after that we'll see the sums based on the properties, the sums based on this concept. Okay, as in the chapter number 2 there are two exercise. First exercise it is based on the basic formulas and its sums, and the second exercise it is based on prove that sums. Okay, and I will say that Trigo part 1, this chapter actually it is a combination of your ninth and 10th standard. Okay, there is some new formula, new concept it has been introduced in your 11th standard. Rest when you will see the formulas, as now we'll go through the formula, you will come across that all the formulas actually it was there in your ninth and 10th standard, as there is no new concept. Okay, but there are some few new concept I will say. But the part 2, Trigo part 2, that is chapter number 3, where there you will see some new formulas, and there are lots of concept, lots of things which you have to learn in the chapter number 3. And see to that this two chapter, Trigo part 1 and Trigo part 2, will play an important role for your 12th standard. Without knowing this two chapter, you cannot able to solve the sums of your max 2, which is there in your 12th standard. As your max 2, the whole max 2, it is based on these two chapters. So please don't skip this two chapter from your 11th standard. Okay, as this will play an important role. So there is a connection between this two chapter. Okay, and without knowing this first part you cannot able to start with the second part, and without knowing this two chapter you cannot able to solve the calculus section, as there are many chapters in max 1 and even in the max 2 which are based on these two chapters. So in short I will say that these two chapter are the heart of your max. Okay, so please try to buy it all the concept, remember all the concept, all the formulas, all the tricks and techniques. Okay, without knowing this you cannot able to solve the sums of your 12th standard, and please don't dare to start with your 12th standard directly without knowing this two chapters. So let's begin with the basic properties, basic formulas of your ninth and 10th standard. Okay, then after that we'll see some basic sums, okay, of your exercise. So here the first thing is what? Trigonometric ratio. Then after that we'll see inverse and reciprocal formula, then identities, then when the terminal arm passes through x comma y, then there is one table, then direction of angle, then sine, then after that negative angles, then there is a web chain here which will play an important role for you all to solve the sums of your exercise. And then after that we'll see one circle. This circle is known as unit circle. With the help of this you can able to find your angle of answer of any angle, like 220, 210, 225, 240 in just fraction of second. So this circle actually is known as unit circle. So all this concept will cover in this video. Okay, so first is what? Trigonometric ratio. So we all know that the formulas. Okay, I hope you all might be knowing trigonometric ratio, yes or no? The first one is what? Sine. After that sine, basically we write always cos. then tan, yes or no? After tan, we always write cot, then sec, then cosec. So I will write like this, okay? Sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec, because there is a relation between sine and cosec, cos and sec, tan and cot. So ratio means what? Ratio means what? Numerator upon denominator, okay? So opposite upon hypotenuse, adjacent upon hypotenuse, opposite upon adjacent. This formula actually that is known as trigonometric ratio. So here O is what? Opposite, H is hypotenuse, A is adjacent. Okay, suppose this is a right angle triangle where we'll consider this as theta. So this will be what? Opposite, this will be what? Adjacent, and this will be what? Hypotenuse. As hypotenuse, it is the opposite of 90 degree. Okay, so sine theta is equals to what? O upon H, that means opposite upon hypotenuse. Cos theta is what? A upon H, that means adjacent upon hypotenuse. And tan theta is what? Opposite upon adjacent. Okay, so sin theta is O upon H, cos theta is A upon H, and tan theta is O upon A, where O stands for opposite, H is hypotenuse, and A is adjacent. Okay, then after this, we know that there is a relation between, okay, tan, cot, cos, sec, sin, and cosec. I hope you all might be knowing this, okay, because this all the basic things is what it was there in your 9th and 10th standard. So we know that there is a relation, reciprocal relation, inverse relation. So whatever the value of tan we get, cot will be what? It will be its reciprocal. So tan is 0, opposite upon adjacent. So here the answer will be its reciprocal. So answer will be A upon O. Tan and cot, they are reciprocal to each other. In the same way, cos and sec, they are reciprocal. Sine and cosec, they are reciprocal. Okay. So your cos is A upon H. So sec will be H upon A. Sine is O upon H. So your cosec will be H upon O. Where O is what? Opposite. A is what? Adjacent. And H is what? Hypotenuse. So this is what? A trigonometric ratio formula. Okay. Then after that, we'll see the second one, that is inverse and reciprocal. So we know that sine is inverse of cosec. So sine theta will be equals to what? 1 upon cosec theta, yes or no? Yes or no? As there is a relation between sine and cosec, inverse relation, or else we can use the word reciprocal also. Sine and cosec, they are reciprocal to each other. Cos and sec, they are reciprocal. Tan and cot, they are reciprocal. So sine theta equals to 1 upon cosec, and here we can say cosec theta is equals to 1 upon sine. Yes or no? Here we can create one more formula. Just shift this cosec to the left hand side. So here you will get sine theta into cosec theta equals to 1. Okay. Then after that, there is a relation between cos and sec. Yes or no? So cos theta will be equals to 1 upon sec theta. So sec theta will be equals to 1 upon cos theta. Just shift this sec to the left hand side. So this will be cos theta into sec theta. You will get what? 1. In the same way, there is a relation between tan and cot. So tan theta equals to 1 upon cot theta. Cot theta will be equals to 1 upon tan theta. Shift this cot. So tan into cot equals to what? 1. Okay. Then after that, we have two more formulas. Tan theta in terms of sine and cos. Sine theta upon cos theta. Okay, so cot theta will be what? We know that there is a relation between tan and cot. There is a reciprocal relation. If tan theta is O upon A, so cot will be what? A upon O. Suppose your tan is 2 upon 3, so cot will be what? 3 upon 2. So here we got tan sine upon cos, so cot will be its reciprocal, so answer will be what? Cos theta upon sine theta. Okay, so for inverse and reciprocal, here I can say there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 11 formulas you have to keep in your mind. Okay, so now next we'll move on to the identities formulas. Okay, identities, I hope you all might be knowing what is identities formulas. Okay, so now in this, the first one is what? Sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Further, this can be written as what? Sine square equals to 1 minus cos square theta, or else we can write this as cos square theta equals to 1 minus sine square theta. It is on you. Okay, then in that second one, it is sec square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1, and this can be written as sec square equals to 1 plus tan square. Okay, or x sec square minus 1 equals to tan square. So it is on you. Okay, just try to buy at the formula like the sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Okay, and then sec square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1, and in this the third formula is cosec square theta minus cot square theta equals to 1. Okay, so the first one is sine square plus cos square equals to 1, second one is sec square minus tan square equals to 1, and the third one is cosec square theta minus cot square theta equals to 1. So there are three formulas for identities. Okay, so I hope you all understood this part. What is trigonometric ratio, inverse and reciprocal, and then identities. So now we'll see when a terminal arm passes through x comma y. Okay, so when it passes through x comma y, it means what? When a terminal arm passes through x comma y, so here I will show by this small graph. Okay, this, consider this as a unit circle. This as a unit circle. Unit circle means what? The radius of the circle will be what? 1. So here we'll consider this as the radius. We'll draw this line. Okay, and here we'll take perpendicular, as this line is what? It is perpendicular on the x-axis. So now we'll consider this part separately. Okay, so here from here to here the distance is what? X-intercept. From here to here the distance is what? The y-intercept. So this is x and this is y, and this section is what? Can I say the line here which I drawed, it is from the center, so this is the radius. So here we'll consider this as the radius. So why I said this circle as a unit circle? Unit circle means what? The radius of the circle is 1. Okay, like for a while just consider the radius is what? 1. So this is the radius, this is the x-intercept, and this is the y-intercept. As here we got a right angle triangle, so here when you will apply the Pythagoras formula, so here you will get what? One formula, r square equals to x square plus y square. Okay, taking square root, r will be equals to square root of x square plus y square. So here we got one formula to find the value of r. So r will be equals to square root of x square plus y square. Okay, then after this we have to find the formula for sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, yes or no, then cot, sec, and cosec. So now we'll see how to find the answer using this trigonometric ratio formula. So for sine, the formula is what? O upon h. So you will consider this as theta. So here we know that this is what? Opposite. this is what hypotenuse, and this is what adjacent. So sine theta, we know that it is O upon H. So your opposite is what? Y, and hypotenuse is what? R. So here we got the formula for sine theta. Sine theta is equals to Y upon R. Similarly, cos theta will be equals to what? A upon H. So here A is what? X. Hypotenuse what? R. So here we got the second formula. Cos theta is equals to X upon R. So here when the terminal arm passes through X comma Y, so sin theta will be equals to Y upon R, and cos theta will be equals to X upon R. Okay, got the point? Now, suppose if I say this is known as what? Unit circle. Unit circle means what? The radius of the circle will be what? 1. So in place of R, suppose if I write 1, 1 and 1. So here can I say sin theta will be equals to Y upon 1. So that means it will be Y, and cos theta will be equals to X upon R. That means R is what? The radius. That is, here we consider this circle as the unit circle. So the radius of the circle will be what? 1. So X upon 1. So X upon 1, can I say it is X? Okay. In short, here we come to the conclusion that sin theta is equals to Y and cos theta equals to X. Yes or no? So in short, here we come to the conclusion that X comma Y will be equals to what? X, actually X coordinate is what? Is your cos theta, and Y coordinate is what? That is your sin theta. Actually your X coordinate is cos theta and Y is what? Sin theta. With the help of this formula we come to the conclusion, if the radius of the circle is 1, if we consider R as 1, so you have come to the conclusion that sin theta actually is the Y coordinate, and cos theta actually is the X coordinate. Okay, so suppose if I say here we have one value like 1 comma 0. So your first value indicate what? It is cos theta, and your second value it indicate what? It is a sin theta. Remember this is the important point. Okay, so let's move on to the tan now. So for tan we know that the formula is what? Opposite upon adjacent. So your opposite is what? Y, adjacent is X. So here we got this three formula with the help of ratio. Sin theta is Y upon R, cos theta is X upon R, tan theta is Y upon X. As there is a relation between these two, sine and cosec, here we have the reciprocal relation. Cos and sec, we have the reciprocal relation. Tan and cot, we have the reciprocal relation. So this will be X upon Y, this will be R upon X, and this will be R upon Y. So this formula it is known as when a terminal arm passes through X comma Y coordinate. So whenever a terminal arm passes through, in a question if it says that a terminal arm passes through X comma Y, so you have to apply this concept. So to find R, the formula is square root of X square plus Y square. To find sine, Y upon R. To find cos, X upon R. To find tan, it is Y upon X. As there is a connection between sine, cosec, cos and sec, and tan and cot, reciprocal connection, and this formula we got with the help of trigonometric ratio. Yes or no? And here we come to the conclusion that whenever a radius of the circle is 1, actually your X coordinate is cos theta and Y coordinate is what? Sin theta. So the first value always indicate what? It is cos theta, and the second value it will always indicate what? It is a sin. First value is cos theta and second value is sin theta. Understood? I hope you all understood till here. So as now we had covered the ratio part, inverse, reciprocal, identities, and terminal arms. So let's move on to the next concept, which is known as table. Okay, I hope you all might be knowing the table which was there in your lower standard in 9th as well as 10th, and I hope you all might be knowing the table till 90 degree, but here in 11th and 12th standard you must know the table till 360 degree. Okay, so as here we have the table. So these are the, we can say, the known angles which you have to remember. So here the known angles are what? 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, 120, 135, 150, 180, 210, 225, 240, 270, 300, 315, 330 and 360. So you must know these values, okay, at least the values for 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. Then I can say 180, 270 and 360. That is enough, okay. No need to buy the value for 120, 135, 150, okay. So here we have, these are the importance known angle which will play an important role in your coming exercise. 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, 270 and 360. At least you must know the value for this angles, okay. So now we'll see. I hope you all might be knowing the values till 90. Sine 0 is what? 0. Sine 30 is half. Sine 45 it is 1 upon root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 upon 2. And sine 90 is 1. Cos, okay, just interchange this value, okay. So 1 will come this side. Bring this root 3 upon 2 here. 1 upon root 2. 1 upon 2 this side. And 0 this side, okay. So in this way you can create your sine and cos values, okay. Then after that, tan. For to find the value of tan, we know that the formula is what? Sine theta upon cos theta. Yes or no? So sine theta upon cos theta. So 0 upon any number is what? 0. 1 upon 2 divided by root 3 upon 2. 2 will get cancelled. So here you will get 1 upon root 3. Sine upon cos root 2 will get cancelled. 1 upon 1 will be what? 1. Here 2 will get cancelled. Here you will get root 3. And 1 upon 0 it is not defined. Now we'll see how to find the value for this remaining angles like 180, 270 and 360, okay. So there is one short trick. With the help of this short trick you can able to find your answer for 180, 270 and then 360, okay. So now just remember, okay, so your 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360, okay. So we'll consider a circle which is known as unit circle. Yes or no? Unit circle means what? The radius of the circle will be what? 1. So here can I say these are the radius of 1 centimeter. So on the x-axis, here, on the x-axis, as now the distance from here to here, it is what? 1. So on the x-axis, so your coordinate will be what? 1 comma 0. Here the coordinate will be what? On the y-axis 0 comma 1. On this axis it will be minus 1 comma 0, as this is was x dash, this is x, this is y and this is y dash. So here we know that here the answer will be what? Negative. Here it is positive, positive and negative. And here on the negative y-axis it will be 0 comma minus 1. So this is what actually I can say this is a trick in which you can able to find the answer for 180, 270 and 360. Just remember this, the circle as a unit circle. So radius will be what? 1 from all the side. So the distance from here to here it is 1, positive 1, and distance from here to here it is positive 1, and distance from here to here it is negative, and distance from here to here it is negative. So on this positive x-axis the answer will be 1 comma 0. Yes or no? On the positive y-axis the answer will be 0 comma 1. On the negative x-axis it will be minus 1 comma 0, and on the negative y-axis it will be 0 comma 1, minus 1. So here clearly we can see that x comma y, the first answer indicate it is cos theta and the second answer it indicates sine theta. Yes or no? Just now only I had explained here x is what? Cos, and y is what? Sine, okay. So here the first answer is sine, cos, and the second answer is what? Sine. Okay, so here for 180 we'll find. So for 180 it is what? Minus 1 comma 0. So the first value indicate what? It is cos theta, and second value it is sine theta. So you can say cos 180 is minus 1 and sine 180 is 0. So sine 180 is 0 and cos 180 is what? Minus 1. I hope you all understood this trick in which you can find your answer for 90, 180, 270 and 360. Okay, then for 270, for 270 it is 0 comma minus 1. So here the first value indicate cos theta, second sine theta, the first cos and second one is sine. So cos 270 is 0 and sine 270 is minus 1. So cos 270 it is 0 and sine 270 is minus 1. Okay, then we'll see for 360. For 360 it is 1 comma 0. So first value indicate cos, second sine. So cos 360 is 1, yes or no, and sine 360 is 0. Okay, then now we'll see how to find tan. So for tan we know that the formula is sine upon cos. So sine upon cos, sine upon cos, sine upon cos. 0 upon n number is 0, 0 upon n number is 0, and minus 1 upon 0 we can say it is not defined. So here we got the values for 180, 270 and 360. So with the help of this unit circle we can able to find the answer for 180, 270 and 360. I hope you all understood this trick in which you can able to find your answer, or else in simple language I will say just try to by add this value. For sine 180 it is 0, for cos 180 it is minus 1, and for tan 180 it is 0, for sine 270 it is minus 1, cos 270 is 0, tan 270 is not defined, sine it is sine 360 it is 0, cos 360 it is 1, and tan 360 it is 0. So it is on you. If you want to by add the value directly, just by add the formula, or else using this trick you can remember the formulas. Okay, I hope you all understood the formulas how I had created now. So these are the basic things which was there in your lower standard: ratio, reciprocal, identities, terminal arm passes through x comma y, then the table also. But in 10th standard the table it was still 90. So here you have to by add the angles for 180, 270 and 360 also. Okay, so these are the tricks in which you can able to find your answer. And just remember, with the help of this formula we come to the conclusion that your x and y coordinate, your x coordinate indicate what? Cos theta, and y coordinate indicate what? Sin theta. Okay, so now let's move on to the directions of angle. So we know that directions of angle in which when the angles it moves in anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction, the angles are positive. When it moves in clockwise direction, the angles are negative. Okay, so this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third, and this is the fourth quadrant. And remember, when it moves in anti-clockwise and clockwise direction, the quadrant will remain same, the quadrant will not change. Okay, for anti-clockwise direction it is first, second, third, fourth. For clockwise also the quadrant will be same. As it moves from here, still the quadrant will be same. The fourth will be fourth, third will be third, second will be second, and first will be first. But remember this, whenever the angle moves in anti-clockwise direction, the angles will be positive. When it moves in the clockwise direction, the angle will be what? Negative. Okay, so now we'll see the signs of trigonometric function. So in the first quadrant we know that all the trigonometric functions are what? Positive. And this all the basic things actually it was there in your 10th standard. And in the second quadrant we know that sine theta and cosec theta is positive and the rest will be what, negative. In the third quadrant tan and cot will be positive and the rest will be what, negative. And in the fourth quadrant cos theta and sec theta will be positive and the rest will be what, negative. So in the first quadrant all the trigonometric functions are positive. In the sine, in the second quadrant sine and cosec will be positive and the rest will be negative. In the third quadrant tan and cot will be positive and the rest will be what, negative. And in the fourth quadrant the cos and sec will be positive and the rest will be what, negative. Okay, I hope you all understood till here. Then after that we'll see the negative angles. So negative angles in which it will be sine minus theta, cos minus theta, tan minus theta, okay, cot minus theta, sec minus theta, and cosec minus theta. So negative angles, okay. So here the formula for the negative angles is what? Sine minus theta will be minus sine theta, cos minus theta will be cos theta, tan minus theta will be what? Minus tan theta, cot will be minus cot theta, sec minus theta it will be sec theta, and cosec minus theta will be minus cosec theta. For the negative angles here clearly we can see that cos and sec it is positive and the rest, the answer for the rest it is negative. Why so? Because negative angles start from here. So in the anti-clockwise direction in the clockwise direction we know that the angles are negative. So here it will be 0, minus 90, minus 180, minus 270, minus 360. Yes or no? Okay. So this is what first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is what third quadrant, and this is what fourth quadrant. So just now only I had explained whether it moves in anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction, the quadrant will be fixed. Okay, the quadrant will not change. So as now here the negative angles start from this quadrant. So this is what, this is the fourth quadrant, yes or no? So in the fourth quadrant we know that cos and sec theta is positive and the rest answer will be what, negative. So that's why for the negative angles start from this quadrant, yes or no? 0 to minus 90. So for us when the angle moves in the clockwise direction we have to consider this as our first quadrant. So but the quadrant will be fixed, it will not change. So for us this is the first quadrant. Okay, so this is fourth quadrant in which we can see that cos and sec is positive. So that's why here the answer of cos and sec is positive and the answer for rest it is negative. So this is the concept for the negative angles, as the negative angles start from this quadrant. Okay, so we know that whether it moves in anti-clockwise or clockwise direction the quadrant will be fixed. So as now for the negative angles, so this will be our first quadrant. Okay, but we know that the quadrant will be fixed. So in the fourth quadrant cos and sec is positive and the rest value will be what, negative. So because of this the cos answer and sec answer is positive and the remaining answer is what, negative. I hope you all understood this concept also. Okay, just now remember this web chain. So exactly we'll see what is web chain now. Okay, so your web chain is what, with the help of sine we can able to find cos and cosec. How we can able to find with the help of sine, cosec and cos? Sine and cos, we have the relation between sine and cos where we can find sine and cos with by using identity formula. So here we have the relation between sine and cos, it is identity formula. And between sine and cosec, between sine and cosec it is reciprocal formula, or we can say inverse. Already here I took I for identity, so I will take R. Okay, so there is relation between sine and cos is identity formula, and relation between sine and cosec it is reciprocal formula. The same way cos and sec for cos and sec it is reciprocal. Okay, for sec and tan it is identity. For tan and cot, it's reciprocal. And for cosec and cot, it is identity. Okay, so just remember this web chain. With the help of sine, we can able to find cos and cosec. So here the relation between sine and cos is identity formula, and relation between sine and cosec is reciprocal formula. With the help of cos, we can able to find two things. One is sine and one is sec. So the relation between sine and cos is identity, and relation between cos and sec is reciprocal. So here I stand for identity, R stand for reciprocal. Just remember this web chain. With the help of this, you can connect, you can able to find your answer. Okay. Suppose if you have the value of sine as 3 upon 5 and you have to find all the values. So from with the help of this sign, we can able to find two things, cos and sec. So the relation between sine and cosec is what? Reciprocal. So here the answer will be 5 by 3. Sine and cosec, it is identity, where you will get this answer. As you will get cosec, you will get cot. Here you will get cos, so with the help of cos you will get sec. With the help of cot you will get tan. With the help of sec, so there is a relation between this. So this is known as a web chain. There is a connection between this: sine to cos, cos to sec, sec to tan, tan to cot, cot to cosec. So here the relation is what? I and R. I stand for identity, R stand for reciprocal. Okay, so these are the formulas which you have to buy it for your first exercise. I hope you all understood this concept. Okay, the ratio, reciprocal, identity, terminal arms, table, direction of angles, sine, negative angles, and this web chain. Okay, so remaining concept we'll see in the next lecture.